I love that many of you have so much faith in me and are so comfortable that you feel, okay, I can message Gabriel on Instagram or send him a comment or send him an email. And one of the reoccurring questions that I get from many of you is you lay out your situation and you say to me, is it time for me to find a new gym, a new coach? And that's what we're going to talk about today. 4 things that you need to keep in mind, 4 red flags, if you will, that should tell you, yes, it's time to go searching for somewhere else to train. Before that, a quick word from our episode partner. I would like to thank the partner of today's episode, Into the AM. You can pick up graphic t-shirts, 3 for $61.95. Guys, these ones fit great. Quality is always important if I'm going to refer you guys to somebody, and there is quality with this product. intotheam.com/Varga10. You can save 10%, and there are so many fun graphic tees which you can get, or you can go with the basic ones for those nights out. You can head over to intotheam.com/Varga10. We're going to save 10%. Is it time to find a new coach or a new gym? It's something that everybody should be considering constantly, because if you're not improving and you're just at a plateau, everybody else is going to be getting better. So really it's like you are not improving. And especially if you're competing, you want to keep this in mind. But even if it's just for fun, even if this is recreation for you, you're like, nah, I'm never going to fight. Why not get as good as you can at something? And your coach in your gym can definitely hinder that progress, even if you love being there. But very often, if you're not getting the improvement you want, you don't love it so much. So let's jump in to the first reason you need to look for a new gym. And that is, you are not learning anything new, or not nearly as much as you used to. Now, I understand that as your skill level increases, what you're going to learn becomes less and less. The volume of what you can learn is less and less. That's why it's so difficult when we start at a new sport, a new activity, new anything. You go in and you're like, oh, stance, okay, remember the stance. Oh, okay, how do I make fists? Yeah, remember that. How do I throw my punch? There's just so many things to take in. But bit by bit, you get more comfortable and you really start taking in loads of information. But when you stop, that is dangerous. Now, if you have a good coach, they will always be learning new information. I was just training with my buddy Wayne Lee last week, and he taught me something new that I hadn't seen. Sometimes I'll watch a boxer and go, oh, that's something I hadn't done before. I think I did an episode recently where there was something where I went, oh, I didn't know that. And a lot of people were like, oh, there were fighters back in the 40s who did those sort of things. But it's not something that's common, and I never had anybody teach me it. So there's always new things to learn, new strategies, techniques that are outside your normal style. But if your coach is not giving you new things, you're not going to progress. And very often when they don't learn, you don't learn. You need to recognize that. If it's in doing the same thing all the time, you need to go, maybe it's time to move on and go somewhere where I can learn new things. The next reason that I've left a gym before, like I actually went at a gym that I was at for a decade and I went, yeah, I gotta leave, is the main instructor isn't there much. Now, if you're very fortunate, the main instructor cannot be there and there can be other students or helpers who are teaching and you still get awesome quality. But when you have a really good head coach and they're not showing up all the time, you start going, well, I didn't come to work with these guys down here. I came to work with you. And this can happen a lot because instructors, rightfully so, can experience burnout in teaching. But hopefully they've structured their life, the amount of classes they're doing, all of this to the right amount so they're not having to disappear for weeks or months on end. And yeah, as soon as I went, oh, the main instructor's not there, I went, that's it. Like, it's time for me to find somewhere, or well, myself. I went, my skill level's so good, I'm gonna go and train by myself. But yeah, not having the instructor there kind of just led me to, why am I even here? And you guys should be thinking about that as well. You might start at a gym, be like, oh, it's so good. But then bit by bit, you have people who are just not as high skill level who have now been put in charge of the classes and you don't feel like it's quite as good. That's a fair concern. And everybody remember, 7 days, only 7 days left to get registered for my defense course. On March 24th at midnight, the doors close. You cannot get registered. You're gonna miss out on all the defense videos which I've filmed, plus you're gonna miss out on the live calls where people are gonna bring their questions and I'm gonna address things with you on how you can improve your defense or what you might not be understanding or what's not clicking for you in what I've taught. This is really a one-of-a-kind course. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this. Why? Because most people don't want to focus on defense. Most people go, oh, I want to learn how to do the cool stuff. But the defense is equally, if not more so, important. And I know I've proved that throughout my career. Yeah, I get hit. How often do I get knocked out? How many times have I left going, whoa, I'm really stunned? Never. It never happened. And it is so important. It increases the longevity of your career. It keeps you safe and healthy for when you're done your career. Or if you're somebody who's doing this recreationally, it keeps you safe so you can do it until you're 60, 70, even 80. So link in the bio, make sure you guys get registered for that course. Again, only 7 days left. Now back to reasons you should leave your gym. This is a big one. If you keep getting hurt. And I've had many of you message me on Instagram, send me comments saying, Gabriel, I keep going in, people keep beating me up, I keep leaving with a headache, I keep getting all these stupid injuries, maybe I keep getting ringworm or something like that. Not really an injury, but something you don't want. If these things are happening to you, absolutely you need to look at, is the coach doing what he should be doing? And what he should be doing is keeping everybody safe. Now, I do recognize that there is a time and a place to have certain classes where people need to get tough. They need to put the hard rounds in so they can be ready for their fight. But this should not be for people who are doing recreational training. You should not be leaving with a headache or walking out of the gym with a limp because your leg got chopped, or leaving all winded because somebody knocked you down. A lot of times people just go, oh, there's fresh meat here, and they just beat those guys down. We don't want that. We don't want to be at one of those gyms. There should be a good coach there controlling everybody. And if you're getting hurt time and time again, how long until it's a serious injury? And you don't want that. The last reason where I would say it might be time for you to leave this gym is if you have a coach who teaches all his students the same way. So if you're at a gym and everybody's doing this, and if that's somebody's style, that's great, stay. If it's not your style and you're going, wow, I'm being taught to do something which just doesn't really click with me, find a gym that does. There might be a kickboxing gym down the road. There might be a Muay Thai gym where they do stylistically something a little bit different, maybe more clench, less clench, this or that. Or you might just be lucky and find a coach, find a gym who's able to walk around and go, okay, for you, you're really good at the pressure. So we're gonna get your hands tight. We're gonna get you getting that Mike Tyson head movement. You're gonna throw big combos, finish with a low kick. But you are a little bit lengthier. You don't like engaging. So we're gonna have you up here like this. And you might have somebody else who's a southpaw and he teaches you all the southpaw tricks, you know, pushing off to the side and firing the round kick. A good coach should teach each person differently. And if you guys are not getting that, yes, maybe it's time to find somebody who can do that for you, because finding your style and then having a coach really hone in on it is gonna help you so much. Now, you probably don't understand how much your skill level will jump when you have your style specialized for you. So those are my 4 reasons why I think you should jump up, find a new gym, and start improving your skill level so much more. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. As always, everybody, train hard. I will see you back here soon for another video.